Well, hello, my beautiful aquas. How are y'all doing on this beautiful Wednesday? I hope you're doing well. I know this moon is doing a doozy, though. Man, I think we don't know who's coming or going. All right. And with that being said, because my sleeping patterns are all over the place, and I'm fortunate enough to be able to do what Spirit wants me to do when I need to do it. I was up at, I was wide awake at 11. Stayed up till probably, it was about 3 a.m. Yeah, about 3 a.m. And I was blessed enough to be called to meditate at that time. And what I come to understand is that Spirit is really working with me intuitively, okay? I mean, like, I'm being called to not rely on outside sources at all. So you might be kind of feeling that, including tarot. It is, it is a tool, y'all, okay? And what Spirit brought to my attention as I was meditating under the constellation of Taurus, okay? This energy teaches us that manifestation isn't about chasing, y'all, okay? And it's also asking us to anchor our ideas and our hopes and our dreams, okay? So that they can manifest. Spirit was also saying that it's important that we embody gratitude, okay? That you embody it so much that you feel it. I mean, and everything becomes gratitude. So the message is clear. As I sat there and meditated, I am now able to recognize the constellations just by looking up. And it's so in alignment. I can't explain it, but and I'm not going to. The message is that with Taurus, steady, earthly, and enriched vibration. Okay, this constellation is whispering as above and so below, y'all. It is reminding us that wealth is a reflection of what we're rooted in. So if it's rooted in greed, if it's rooted in anything that's outside of service to humanity, that's outside of love. So ask Spirit to guide your steps, guide the seeds that you planted, all right, so that they can be prosperous, in the eyes of spirit. So here we go. And, you know, as things that are falls apart, this is why. You know, you've built something before. Spirit is asking you to rebuild. Rebuild it in a new way. So we're going to start our 9-card tarot spread, our Wealthy Wednesday. I'm so glad that my Aqua family is here. Thank you for returning, my subscribers. I appreciate you. And my new subscribers, I appreciate you as well. For those of you that are new, I am an intuitive reader. I receive messages through signs and synchronicities, open omens, anything nature, okay? And this is for the collective, all right? Only take what resonates, my loves. Leave the rest. All right, just leave the rest. And this is for anyone who has Aquarius in their sign. All right. 9-card spirit. What do we? Yes, and before I even get to it, you know, my as I'm shuffling here. Thank you, Spirit. That's one. Split the deck today, y'all. First angel number came out was 8888. I didn't have my camera on. I was like, okay. All right, Spirit. Personal power, material and spiritual abundance, wealth, resources. All right? Balance. All that is good and pleasant in your life will multiply. So if those seeds, you know, and so what, okay. I just hear Spirit saying, those seeds, what were they planted with? What was the mind set behind planting those seeds? What was the mindset? See, what I've learned is when we talk about money, and things like that nature, the energy of money, that shouldn't be the first thing. Okay? That shouldn't be, well, you know, I'm going to do this so I can be rich. That should not be the first seed in your mind. The first seed in your mind is how are you going to be able to help humanity with this? When I do this, when I build this, this is what I want to do. Everything else is going to fall into place. Everything else will fall into place. Get to it. Thank you, Spirit. All right. We have the 8 of Pentacles. And then the Hangman. All right. The Hangman. Okay. Here we go. That's Spirit. Oh. Okay. One at a time. We'll just do one at a time. Yeah. And Spirit wants you to use, you know, your gifts and the thank you, Spirit. we have the Five of Swords. Okay. Use it for the greater good. Use it for the greater good. You know, greed and will get you every time, you know. And it's unfortunate, you know, you want to be rich, you know, you want to have the money, and then when you get the money, and then, you know, what do you do with it? What do you do with it? Four of Pentacles. All right, let's clarify. I'm going to pick up the other deck, make sure it's all okie dokie in here, and it is. Shuffle. Going to clarify the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles. Ooh. So grounding is very important right now. I've talked about in the past ways to ground your energy, okay? If you can't get out and it's too cold, I have found that repotting plants have been, goodness. All right. There she is, the Queen of Cups. You know, repotting your plants, getting your hands in that dirt, getting yourself a grounding mat. I love mine. I have two of them. You know, so get your hands in some dirt. If you have the ability to swim and get into a body of water, do that as well. Clarifying the Hangman. All right. It is our girl. It's you, Aquarius. It's you, the star. All right. The star is clarifying the Hangman. I love it when she shows up for us. When we show up in our own reading. All right, let's clarify the Five of Swords. That personal power. 8, 8, 8, 8. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Oh, that Two of Wands is clarifying the Five of Swords. All right, Four of Pentacles. Whoa, too many. All right, and the Wheel of Fortune. I'll take it. The Wheel of Fortune. It's clarifying that. And over in the shadows, it is the Nine of Cups. Now, sometimes I like to clarify the Nine of Cups. Okay, yeah. Bottom of the deck, we have the Fool card. All right. What I like to do is put the cards out and then get the energy from the cards and come back with the story. All right, my loves. With our angel number 888, which has opened our reading today with a strong current of personal power and balance, okay? And abundant, Spirit is saying, my loves, your energy is the currency. Invest it wisely, okay? In anything that you do, all right? When you are, going about your day, think about how your energy is reflecting onto others, okay? Everything you've been building thus far, emotionally, spiritually, is aligning for expansion. Then we have the 8 of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. You've been perfecting your craft, Aquarius, with patience and emotional devotion. Your heart is finally aligned with your work. This is purpose, meeting, expansion. And it's just right along with Sagittarius energy. Okay? So Spirit recognizes your dedication and says, the way you love what you do is the key to your prosperity. And I was in my thoughts about it earlier today. So Spirit is just mirroring right back to me what I was thinking. A lot of times, Aquarius, you don't get the recognition, okay? Other people are getting recognized for the things that they do, but people don't, for whatever reason, they never want to give you your props. But Spirit is recognizing you, okay? So know that. Then we have the Hangman and the Star. I'll leave her there. Aquarius is shining bright here, okay? You've endured a pause, absolutely. We sure have endured a pause, but it wasn't stagnation, my love. It was cosmic repositioning. The Star promises renewal, faith, and divine favor. You're not behind, sweetie. You're being illuminated. Okay? 5 of Swords and the 2 of Wands. Release old conflicts, all right? They don't do us any good, all right? Self-sabotage or battles that drain your vibration. Let it go, boo. Let it go. If it doesn't complete you, it ain't for you, okay? You need to, Spirit is asking you to focus, all right? And you must shift to future vision. Spirit says, don't look back. Not at all. Don't look back. Keep moving forward, all right? Claim your purpose. All right? Girl, go, girl. Girl, go, girl. Go, boy, go. I couldn't get it out. 4 of Pentacles. And the Wheel of Fortune. Aquarius, you're learning that safety doesn't come from control. A big lesson. It is. It really is. It doesn't. Okay? Safety does not come from self-control. It comes from flow. The wheel is turning. And fortune favors the one who trusts the process. That was a lesson that I had to learn over the past weekend. Okay? Once I realized where my focus was and I took it off, things just started happening. Okay? So, trust the process. Financial stability is shifting from holding to allowing. Allow abundance to circulate. And then in the shadows, we have the 9 of Cups. And then the Fool. So underneath it all, Aquarius, the universe wants you to leap in joy and faith. Your wishes are being fulfilled. But the final step is trust. The Fool says, you can't script the miracle. You can only say yes. You can only say yes. So say yes to the miracles. Say yes, I receive. Say yes, I'm open to being led by Spirit. When you can release that control, you realize that you weren't in control of nothing. When you realize that you really are not in control of a damn thing. So the more you fight, and go against the flow, the more challenges you're going to come across. Okay? So the path you're walking on, Aquarius, is no longer about survival. It's about creation. And when we can let go, we are now co-creating with Spirit. And it comes with grounding your heart. So the more you ground your heart in gratitude, the more the wheel will spin for you. It becomes a seat of which all manifestations flow. All Spirit has asked is just a little bit. Just have a little bit. "888" reminds us that we are both the dreamer and the architect. So just remember that. All right, my loves. I do hope this message resonated with you today and it brought you some clarity on this wonderful, wealthy Wednesday. Taurus is constellation is telling us to ground this, bring heaven to earth. All right, we've been working so hard. What a beautiful, beautiful reading today. To just tie everything all in. I never know how it is going to pan out. Okay, I never know. I'm just opening and just letting it flow. All right, my love, sending you all limitless love and light. All right. I hope you all got something from this message today. If not, just leave it here. All right. TTL, have a wonderful, blessed rest of your day or evening.